I guess not. All right. We're live. Everything black. We're here with Dee Dde Vidrine. She's a realtor here in Dallas, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And we're here to talk to her today about properties, about life, about being black,
Yeah.
the issues dealing with that. How it is to be a sister that's working in the Dallas area with all types of races. How she maneuver. So, the first question is coming right now.
Thank you so much for having
where
me.
you? Oh yeah, where you from? If you don't
So
mind letting us know.
I'm from Louisiana, Lake Charles,
Okay.
Louisiana specifically. Was born in Central Louisiana, but I've been in Texas for about the past almost 30 years, between Houston and Dallas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, tell us some more.
So
Single?
I am single. I am a single
Okay.
woman. I have an adult daughter.
Okay.
And I've been in real estate for 9 years now.
All right. So, how long? You say you've been in real estate for 9 years. What company did you work with? Are you
I'm with
independent or?
No, I am an independent contractor. I'm a solo real estate agent. So I don't have a team or a brokerage or anything. I work by myself. And
Okay.
I have been at the Keller Williams Frisco office here in the DFW
Okay.
area for all of 9 years. I've never changed brokerages or anything like that.
Okay. So, how did you get started in real estate? How did you get interested in that?
So the story goes, I was in med school and my
Mm-hmm.
daughter was aging, while I was in school. I was married at the time, and my ex-husband's job kept transferring him to different areas. We transferred out of Houston to Louisiana for 2 years. And then we thought we were going back to Houston, where I was going to finish my schooling that I was doing. And they sent us to Dallas. So when we got here, I went to Parker University in the Dallas area and was trying to get into their program. And they basically wanted me to start over. And I just felt like it was robbery. I didn't feel like it was fair. And at the same time, starting over did not work with the time frame for my daughter in raising her. So I didn't want to miss, her 12 and 13 years of age. So I elected to drop out of med school. Had a girlfriend that had told me to join real estate before while I was in med school, laughed at her. But for some reason, I posted it on Facebook. She saw the post and she called me and set up an arrangement for you to come to Frisco and talk to somebody. And I've been sold since.
All right. So, are you what we call a successful real estater? Or are you a struggling real estater? Or
I'm a combination of both. Real estate is up and down.
Right.
I have been successful, though. I have been a top producer for most of the 9 years that I've been. I would say 90% of the 9 years that I've been with Keller Williams here in Frisco. So I am a top producer. I am successful. I do love real estate, and it's something that I'm going to do until I retire, if I retire.
Okay. Can you tell some of the younger audience that's listening, female, males, what is it about real estate that make you stay, and what is it that, maybe they want to do or try, or,
Okay.
Tell us some of the things that, you want to share with the younger audience.
Got it. So basically the biggest thing about real estate for me is when I was studying to be a doctor, I'm very passionate about people. I love helping people. And so I didn't think I would get that same motivation in real estate. And when I did, it made a world of difference. So my main thing to share with anybody is real estate is a relationship business. You have to come from contribution. You have to truly be there to help people and not just be in it for the money. The money is going to happen, like it's inevitable because of the schooling that I've done and the expertise that I have and the privilege that I have and access that I pay for basically every month. People think real estate is free. It's not. Real estate is very expensive. It's very expensive to be a realtor. But, the fulfillment in helping families basically gain equity and, make money off of living, which is what we all do anyways. So the advantage, I would say, as a profession is the convenience, being able to work when you want to and when you have to, and take breaks when you have to. But a lot of times, even when I take breaks, I have clients that need me and I will go off break to help my clients in a heartbeat. So it's not just about the money is what I want to say, because whether you sell a house or not, you still have dues to pay.
Amen.
Yeah. So it's still bills coming in, even if I don't sell a house. And I do want to encourage, young people to get into it, not only get into it, but more so invest in it. It is the only guaranteed return on your dollar. Only. I don't care if it's $1 after you live there for 2 or 3 years. It's a dollar you didn't have. And that's not guaranteed anywhere else but in real estate.
All right. Is there anything else you want to let us know about real estate that's that the average person don't know that should know? Like, say we meet a realtor and they kind of conniving. How would you know the difference between a good realtor and a bad realtor?
Hmm. I don't know any bad realtors, so I can't
Okay.
say how they would
So all of
know.
them pretty straightforward.
I mean, I would hope so. We have a code of ethics that we have to go by. And, there's bad fruit everywhere. Like, let me not
Right.
say that every
I
single
mean, how
realtor.
can we recognize it? What I'm trying to say, how can we recognize a good realtor from
Very
a
simple.
average realtor? Okay.
Very simple. Just call me and just deal with the good realtor from the jump. I will, if
That
I'm not in the area that they are in, I'll find them a good realtor in that area that I
that's a
personally
that's a great answer. Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
want to tell us about the house right here that we're showing
Yes.
right now?
So this house is the last listing that I have to sell right now. It is in Krugerville. It's on almost an acre of land. There's no HOA. And if nobody knows where Krugerville is, it's basically a little northwest of Aubrey. I'm in Little Elm, so this particular property is probably 10 minutes from me. But this house has no HOA. It sits far away from the road. It's a mid-century home, which is my favorite home because it's solid. You can open up the windows. You can paint the brick. The opportunities are, through the ceiling. But this house was built in 71. It's staged now, but everything has been updated in it. You can see the updated kitchen, appliances. All of the appliances convey with this property. So that washer and dryer, the refrigerator, the stove, the dishwasher, the microwave. All that's needed is somebody to come and want to have no HOA, low taxes in the DFW area, access to Denton, Frisco, Little Elm, everything north. Look at that backyard. Like, that's
Mhm.
unheard of in North DFW. So hopefully it's going to be held open this weekend, this coming Saturday from 1 to 3. So I'm hoping we can get some traffic in here and get people to come and see it. You have to see it to appreciate it. These pictures do it no justice.
Okay. What is some of the qualifications a person need to buy a home these days? Like,
So
if it's a certain, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead with your question.
No, I
If
was
it's a
just saying,
certain
like, what are the, like if you see a $400,000 house, how much do you expect them to have, and what their credit need to be? Kind of let us know what we need to do to qualify for a house like this.
Great question. I love this question. So one of my favorite things and my biggest passion is first time home buyers. So the very first thing that I do with any client that I get is I want to see what they qualify for. So they may call and say, hey, I see a $400,000 home that I like. And my question is let's make sure you can afford it before I even show it to you. Because if I show you
Amen.
this home and you can only afford $100,000 home, then I'm up a downhill, rabbit hole.
Right. Right.
So I send my clients to my preferred lenders. I get them qualified and then pre-approved so that I have a letter in hand. When we go to look at a house, I can say, hey, we can put an offer on it right now. You can afford it. Here's the paper showing the selling agent that you can afford it. And, it's just a matter of what they qualify for. As far as credit is concerned, from what I understand right now, anything over a 580 is considered qualification for FHA. And just to give you a little background, that's not my specialty. My specialty is shopping for homes. But with FHA, you only put 3.5% down. So
Okay.
that's extremely low for a $400,000 home. The disadvantage of FHA is, number one, the home has to appraise for what it's sold for. So if this house is on sale or listed for 400,000 and the appraisal comes in at 380, then that FHA client has an option to say, well, I'll pay $20,000 out of pocket because FHA is not going to approve it for that amount. Long story short, that's just one of the disadvantages. But then if you're a veteran, you move in this house at 100% finance. You don't bring anything to the table for taxes. So that's advantageous for them. And then there's conventional, which is typically 10% down for people that have saved up. But the advantage of that is that they don't have any, it's called PMI, which is like a property mortgage insurance. So it's a lower rate that you can do on conventional with your mortgage payments than FHA.
So the average person would need at least, with 10% down for a conventional loan. 10%?
For a conventional loan, correct. And then the average person for FHA would be 3.5%.
Got it. And then with 580, with this FHA, what's the 580 deal about? 580 credit score. What is that about? That's the
I guess
lowest?
it's just the lowest. Yeah, it's the lowest. Now, of course, the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate. Right. So, if you have a 580, you can do that, get into the house and then refinance later once you build your credit up. But the goal is to get you at maximum capacity. And ironically, my blood brother is also a credit specialist. So what I've done is sent clients that aren't ready to him, and he's gotten them all ready in time to purchase every single time. And I trust him because there are a lot of credit repair people out there that can't be trusted. I've seen some transactions happen with people's credit that they aren't even aware of from credit repair companies. So that's another thing. You got to be really careful about who you allow to repair your credit. I trust my brother. My brother's a minister. This is his passion. He actually almost filed bankruptcy himself. And so he's passionate about helping people just like I am. So plug in for credit solutions.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna definitely get him on the show. All you gotta do is hook me up, and I'll get him on here.
I got
and
you.
Talk about.
He would be honored to share his experience.
And everybody that's dealing with everything black, we will deal with Dee Dde when it comes to buying houses. We definitely coming to Dee Dde. Nobody else.
I would be honored to help and walk you through and make sure that we get to your end goal as smoothly and as seamless as possible.
Okay. And we appreciate that. So anything you like to do for fun? What do you do for fun?
For fun, I love being around my family and friends. My family's in Louisiana, so I call what I have up here family, which is people that I've established some really good relationships with. So I enjoy being with them and doing that. I like live music. I like movies. I like lounges where I can go and have a cocktail. I'm not a big eater, but I'm a big drinker. So I love being social and having a drink and having a good time with people. I love people. Well, look, I'm from Louisiana. So two things we are taught in Louisiana, how to cook and how to drink. So I've got those down pat.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, just nothing. I don't club anymore. unless I have to. And if I have to, if you threw a party at a club, I would go. I would go. I would hand you your present. I would buy you a shot or a drink, and then I would leave. So,
Okay.
but I love exercising. I love traveling. That's
Okay.
probably one of the biggest things that I enjoy most these days. I'm going to be in Jamaica in a few weeks to
All right.
celebrate
Well,
my.
I'm
I'm
an
going.
independent.
It's good. I'm not going with.
Independent.
No, I'm going by
We talking
myself.
over each other. I
No,
said,
I'm going.
I'm an independent travel agent.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I know that now. I had
All
no
right.
clue. It was my brother. It's my
Okay.
brother's 50th, so he had the travel agent reach out to me and everything in the book. But I will keep that in mind because I love to get away. I love to travel.
Okay. No
I'll
problem.
keep that
No
in
problem.
mind. So look. We all can eat when
Oh
I
yeah,
do
we're
business
gonna network.
with
We're
you,
gonna network.
and that's right. We everybody should eat. I am all for
Right.
that and supporting each other for sure.
Yeah, and this show will be out tonight, probably about an hour from the time we finish talking. It'll be out there.
Okay,
And
perfect.
tell us something else you won't need us to know, either about real estate or about you, or something deep we can take with us.
Okay, so one of the things that I want to touch on is that real estate is not easy. People
Hmm.
watch these shows on television and they glorify real estate like all we do is dress up, drive around in nice cars, and sell houses and show houses and get this substantial amount of money. That's not the reality of real estate. There are curves and blows that we endure to make sure that we get our clients to their goal. Sometimes, it's not necessary for your realtor to tell you what they're going through when it comes to your transaction, especially if you have a good realtor. They will guard you from that. But it's not as pretty as it sounds, but as fulfilling as it can be for somebody like me. Like I said, I love helping people. I love having a repeat client that bought a house 2 years ago walk away with $250,000 just because they chose
Okay.
to buy real estate. That's insane. So something like
Yes, it
that
is.
is what makes me sleep good at night, is knowing that I'm really changing people's lives. And if I can just get everybody to get out of the mentality of renting, they talk about the interest rate being 7%, but rentals are 100%. So you get
Okay.
nothing in return from rentals. But I've got stories I could tell you about clients that have walked away with substantial amounts of money, whether to put it into their new home that they're purchasing or take it and pay all of their bills off and buy another house. Like, it's just, the stories are astronomical. So I want you to
Okay.
take.
Give us give us one example of that story. You got a bunch of stories. Like, we want one good story that we can take with us.
Okay. A client that I sold their house last Christmas. They were in Light Farms in Salina. They bought their home brand new for about, I think she said 480,000 when she bought it 2 years before. So she bought it during COVID, or right at the start of COVID. But last year we sold their home for $980,000. So she basically walked away with about, so number one, she got $250,000 in equity on her home just from the amount that she, owed left on it and walked away with was $250,000 in excess of. But
Mm,
just that alone has changed her life. Like, she had
right.
bills, she paid all of her bills off. She's an entrepreneur, so she revamped her company with that money and then bought another house. That's the story.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right. Sounds good. We appreciate it. Is there
Thank you. I
anything else?
having me.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to leave us with, a nugget, or?
Call me. Call me to discuss
Give.
how you too can gain
Mhm.
equity and build wealth. That's the nugget.
All right. Well, we enjoyed this time with you. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Um, I
I thought you
definitely
were going to ask
appreciate
me a
it.
whole bunch of single lady questions because you be on Facebook
But
going
well,
ham.
no, this is about you selling your product, showing us who you are. We getting a personal connection with you.
Hmm.
That's what this is about. I'm not trying to go
Put
there
me on.
now. On Sunday nights, I'm gonna go there. If you
I'll
come
be
on the
watching
show,
it
you
Sunday
come.
nights. I'll come
You,
on Sunday
you
nights. I'll dive in. I have no
okay?
problem with
Now,
that. I ain't
okay.
scared. I ain't
Yeah.
scared.
Okay.
But I
Well.
also want to plug in that now that the elections are over, it is
Right.
estimated that DFW is going to be the hottest market in real estate in 2025. So if anybody
Okay.
watching is even considering buying, I suggest you start looking into it now, because there's predicted to be a drop in December, but what you don't want to do is deal with the madness of spring, and
Okay.
before school ends next year, and the multiple offer
Okay.
situations that we always see here. So if anybody's watching that is looking to purchase, now is the time to start getting that ball rolling.
Okay. And taxes come around. A lot of people gonna get their taxes. So, is there anything you can suggest them to do with their taxes? Maybe use that to
Absolutely.
buy a house.
Well, so yeah, the taxes, the returns, that 3.5% for FHA. Listen, if you can rent, you can buy, because when you rent
Okay.
a house, you have to give the first month's rent and you have to give a deposit. Sometimes that's
Right.
$5,000. Whereas
Right.
when you are doing an FHA loan at 3.5%, it could be as low as $3,000. So
Okay.
it just depends on the price of the home and what you qualify for. But yes, tax season is ideal for using that money for your down payment.
Okay.
In some cases, even there are programs for people that can't meet the down payment amount. There's a down payment assistance program. I will put a nugget in and say that money is owed back, but to get
Okay.
your foot in the door, it's still there and it's attached to the end of the loan. So you get equity. You can use some of that money to pay that down payment assistance back. And I had another thought. Oh, and then for people that own property
Okay.
already, for what's considered the high taxes here in the DFW area, if you reach
Right.
out to me when tax season comes around, I'd be glad to do a comparison, a CMA for you, which is a
Okay.
comp that you can bring to the tax office. And I think it's called probate. No, it's called protest. You could protest your
Okay.
taxes with what I give you to the tax office, and a lot of people win. Because there's so much up and down here that
Right.
what they're recording may have changed already, and then you get credit for
Okay.
that and save money. I'd be glad to help with
Okay.
that.
And not only that, people have those 401ks that they can use to put down on the house.
Yep,
Can you
there's so
explain that?
many options. So the 401k, I don't know specifically how it's done. That would be the conversation to have with my preferred lender.
Okay.
But that is an option. And what they do is basically give you several options. They may say, hey, do you have anybody that can gift you $3,000 just till you get into the house and then you can give it back to them? Like there's a lot of
Right.
different ways to play with the money to get somebody into a house. And again, that's not my specialty, so I don't want to talk a lot about it. Just want to
Okay.
touch base and tell you that 401k is an option. Gifts
Okay.
are an option.
Okay.
If somebody can say, hey, Frank, let me hold $5,000. I'm trying to get into a house. After I get in, I'll give it back to you. At closing, they get
Okay.
that money back. They give it back to you. Taxes,
Okay.
and then down payment assistance programs. Like the options are astronomical.
Okay. And like I say, I appreciate you coming on the show. We on this program will use you. Like I want you to bring your lender back. Anybody you want to bring to this
I'll
show,
bring a
you
lender.
let
I'll
us
bring
know.
my brother. I'll bring
Yeah.
I would love to set up something where we have everybody that's involved in the transaction, because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
starts with me. It starts with me. Somebody calls me about a house. I have to get them approved through a lender. Once they get approved through
Okay.
the lender, they go shopping with me. But then there are other
Okay.
things that follow too. You have an inspection. You have you have negotiations. You have home insurance, which is a big deal right now because of the
Okay.
insurance industry. A lot of insurance companies are not just giving home insurance policies right now either. So that's another
Mm.
topic that's very interesting. Depending on the price point, there's a struggle with getting home insurance. There's home service contracts. If something in your house breaks down, instead of paying what you would cost to replace that, you pay a certain amount and the home contract covers the rest. Like there's so many more things involved, even streaming television, like as
Right.
opposed to cable. Like there's so many avenues to discuss when it comes to house. But it starts with me
Okay.
and
Well,
pillar everything else.
Okay, this what we'll do. We got you here, and anytime you want to tell us something new that's going on in real estate, you just give me a call. We'll get on here and we'll let you go with it.
I love it.
That'll
I
do.
appreciate that. Much
And
gratitude to
all
you.
your yeah, all your friends that's or your networking partners that want to come on and y'all got something going, y'all got a house you need to get rid of, just give me a call. You definitely welcome to come on here and do whatever you got to do.
I'm so grateful for that
That's cool.
opportunity. Thank you so much. And I will hold you up to that. I will
Oh
call
yeah,
you
oh
because
yeah,
I
oh
constantly
yeah.
have stuff happening in real estate. So for sure, I appreciate
And
the collaboration.
okay, and we get to the bull crap on Sundays now. That's when we let
So I
our
need
hair
a glass
down.
of wine for Sunday, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Not water, but
yeah.
wine.
Look, invite your friends. I can get up to 10 to 100 people on here,
I
and
love it. That would be fun.
we can go
You'd be
at it.
surprised at all the single, successful women I know that are my friends that are also single. So
Okay,
it's an epidemic right now. I promise you.
just bring them on. That way, the high value man can see y'all.
Okay, all right, high value man. Wait up at. Wait up.
You know, we can bring what is his name? Kevin Samuel back from the grave and
No.
go with it.
Although there
You
were
know,
some things that Kevin Samuel talked about that I appreciated. I just didn't like his how sometimes he was very rude to people. I don't like that. But he had
right?
some valid points. Some, not all. He had some
Okay.
valid
Well,
points.
there's this
You
show
like Kevin
called
Samuel?
there's this show called the Business. You should check it out. On it come on Friday nights. And the guy's from Louisiana. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. His name is Jason Black,
The
and he
Business.
got
Where is
some
this show at?
on YouTube.
The Business on
And
YouTube on Friday
yeah,
nights. Is
Friday
he
nights.
Kevin Samuelish?
Well, that's what Kevin Samuel got most of his ideals from.
Really?
This, yeah. And if you
Never.
go on there, you'll see. You'll see.
I
And they
am going
all
to have
from Louisiana.
to
Yep.
especially, well, you know, Shreveport, the Louisiana line doesn't go all the way to Shreveport, but that's a whole different story.
Right. And he also has a single gathering. He do like once a year where
Hmm.
single women like yourself can meet high profile men.
Define high profile.
You know, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say 6 figure no more. 7 figure guys,
Oh, okay, that is
single
high
guys.
profile.
Yeah,
All right, you
looking
shut me
for
up. That is high
right.
profile.
Cause women always saying 6 figures. I mean, 6 figures. 100,000 ain't no money no more.
It
You
really
need at
isn't.
least 250, 300. Now we talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I can. A man can buy your dreams with 300,000. He can. If
Yeah.
he
The
bringing that
average
in
man
every
doesn't
year,
make that though. So
huh?
the average man does not make that. So it's sort of
Right.
unrealistic. Hmm.
R- True, but that's what you need to do. That's what y'all women need to do. Make these men get their salaries up before they come holler at y'all.
You see this a whole
You see what I'm
sermon.
saying?
I see what you're
You did.
saying. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Leave them alone until they say, "Hey, man, you're a nice guy. Get your paper up and come back and holler at me."
That cuts me out. If I say something
No, they
like
won't
that,
either.
get your
They gonna
paper
res-
up,
they gonna res-
sir. Mm-mm.
yeah, they gonna respect you for that. They'll respect you for that.
Okay, you say
And
so.
if he really wants you, he gonna go back out there, double up, and come back.
Takes too much to touch me. They ain't trying to do that. There's too many that let them touch for free. It takes too much to touch me. They not ready for that.
Nah, if you special, they gonna do it. If you
I am
special, they gonna
special.
do it.
And Mr. Special is
Right,
out there too. He's out there too. So
right,
I'm
right.
not
So give
sweating
him
it.
a chance. Maybe he trying to get his paper up so
I
he can
gotta
come
meet him
step.
first. I gotta meet him first.
Hey,
And he's
he see
nowhere to
you
be
on
found.
Facebook. People see you all the time on Facebook.
You'd be surprised. I don't get approached. Men don't approach me. I was
Really?
just they don't. I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine. I do not get
Okay,
approached.
look, you come
I'll be
on Sunday
stared at.
night.
Huh?
Come on Sunday night. We're gonna talk about this show called The Balloon. I don't know if you
Where
ever
you
seen
pop
that
the
on.
balloon?
Uh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. Are we gonna
Yeah, we're
have
gonna do
balloons?
a Nah, we're gonna go over that show. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
I,
And
I
talk
actually watch
about
that show in my downtime. It's funny.
we're gonna talk about what the guys think and what the females think, and then how we can work together to make a solution, come to a solution in that.
I love
You
it.
know what I
That's a
mean?
great topic. I'll be here. I'll invite my friends too.
Bring them
We'll be,
on.
I
We
will.
can have fun Sunday night 9 o'clock.
Sunday night, 9 o'clock. Y'all hear that? Sunday night, 9 o'clock. We're gonna be
Okay,
on this show.
that's right. And we're
Thank
gonna
you again for having
keep
me.
keep it going from there. Let me scroll down here. Get us a little music back. Now we're gonna turn out the lights. And I appreciate you, okay?
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for inviting me. I had
Okay. And have a good night.
you too. Bye.
Okay. All right.